Welcome back to Derail Valley Simulator. Now, last time we took two licenses, which was the SO60, which is still somewhere over there. You can spot it in the distance if you're keen-eyed, and was the multiple unit. Now, that wasn't without reason. The multiple unit we are going to need now in this episode. First off, I'm going to buy Steve's garage key, which is brand new. Now, Uncle Steve, or Uncle Bob, or whoever, left us a little present. Thank you. And it cost us only 20 grand. Now, I'm not gonna reveal this yet, but this is the 060 from last episode. You might have seen it do other things. I might have done other things. I will not confirm nor deny this. But it's right there, so if OSHA or any other instance wants to ask me any questions, it's right there, it's safe, and it's just to show everyone it's without pressure. I'm closing. There's only a little bit of pressure in there still. Alright, I will leave that open to bleed the last little bits out of it. But handbrake's on. Doors are closed. There's no coal in the hole. All the coal is there. Nothing happened. It's there. It's resting. It's not doing anything. It's dead. Everything is off. It's off. It's off, off, off. And that one's closed now. So if anyone has any questions, it's there and it's been there the whole time. It did not change any location. Alright, so on to the next topic. Where is this garage? Because there were two. One splitting down the middle, one in the northern hemisphere, which was here, right there, in that little outcrop, was the handcart, and there was one in the southern hemisphere. Well, little correction. Now there are two in the southern hemisphere, and this one we are going to it right now. Alright. We're going up the route. We are moving. And exploring. Because this is it's not uncharted, but it's unknown territory. Into a 20. 20. Now what's a 20? Why is that? Oh, it's on the window. That's why it's moving. Nobody cleaned these windows. Come on. There it is. There it is. Hello, Steve's garage. And stop. Oh, that's the wrong one. Fuel cutoff. So welcome. As we can see, it looks like something big. The garage key. There we are. That's it. The DE6 Slug. Now you would be wondering, don't you just need a DE6 license for this? No! No, you do not. You do not. This DE2 is perfectly fine to power it along with the MU license. And that's the best part. So you can use a DE6 for 20 grand, combine it with a DE2. Now let me show you. Push her back into the garage. Bonk. Let's connect. That's quite some pulling power. No, I don't want that. I don't... Get back connected. There we are. And connected. Now this doesn't have any engines in it. It doesn't have a motor, it doesn't have anything. The only thing that's in here is weight. And I'm guessing, going off of the patch notes, it's going to be concrete. But what they did do was leave the traction motors in. So that means if you're powering your own loco, you're also powering these. So take off the handbrake, it wasn't on. Now this is a bunch of dead weight if you're not able to power it electrically. Now if we turn on the front lights and the rear lights, the front lights will be on, as they should. The rear lights are off. That's because there's the rear light. Which means that now, essentially, we have a DE8 to our power. Now we only have one on the whole map. One of these. But it's ours, and we are able to call it whenever we feel like it. For a fee, of course. Now, as you can see, we're quite slow pulling this out. That's exactly what it's for. It's not supposed to be fast. It's supposed to help you have traction and pull. Hence why it's called the Slug. But it is basically a DE6 without engine and without cab. Which means it's going to be very, very useful for me. Early stages. Still. Now the brakes on this thing, they are quite the same as just having a car behind you. An empty car. Or a full car. Heavy car. And the weight on this thing is no joke either. We can stop for a moment and not derail. At least try not to derail. Alright, first I will not derail along this road, and then I will check the weight on this thing because she's pushing. Now this bad boy is quite heavy, as we have noticed and felt. She weighs 125 tons. That's a lot. Metric. And yes, my measurement is metric. So for me, yes, that's a lot. But it powers itself, basically. I can even do this and not even be bothered about grip. And that's quite a heavy one, which the DE2 would not be able to take on its own, I think. I think this is a really good addition for those who are struggling to get going. Because, beside the fact that it's really, really strong, which I'm going to demonstrate in a little bit, it's also indestructible. Of course, it can derail and it can do whatever you don't want it to do. It can do all that. But it'll never get any damage. I mean, all the damages, not even wear and tear. Stuff that you regularly have to pay for. The DE6 Slug will never get that, because basically it's just a load of concrete with wheels who are actually powered. So that's perks. Only plus, only bonuses. Now over the weekend, coming weekend, I would like to do a live stream where I'm going to be testing this out. Where I'm going to be doing science. Now let's see how quickly. Not even gonna bother taking... Will I bother taking off the handbrake? I will. Just to be sure. Now we know that this is going to be quite a tough one. And I'm going to take off the MU first so that you can see how hard this one would be pulling. To get it going. See? Now we're just going to... And of course we have the weight of this thing as well, which is now going to be powered. I just want to show you the difference now. Give it an even distribution. All the brakes are off. And get going. Not even bothered with amps. And look at it go. The amps are going down already, and we're at 10. We are hauling ass. I'm not going to take it out of the station because it's not my current job. But I could actually take it over to the steel mill and then do my research, doing my research there. That would be perfect. Which one is it? Scrap metal to steel mill. 10 grand. A6 inbound. Let's just take it there. And let's get going. Oh, right. Last time we were confused with the controls and I fixed them. So I can do that. Now it's paired to the loco and then go out onto the DE6 Slug. Now there's no way that in normal circumstances. My God, what happened to my talking? In normal circumstances, that this DE2 is able to pull this load out of the harbor in town. There is no freaking way. And I fixed the bindings, so I realized that there were still old bindings from the old way. Before the simulator update, we're still in the long press. So that was the issue. I changed that and now it works. It works perfectly. Look, independent is only independent. Train brake is only train brake. Dynamic brake, there's no dynamic brake here. Reverser, reverser. I need to do this. And I forgot what binding it is. Power is power. Select, select. And then there's a couple and decouple. Also a horn. Sand on, sand off. Everything's working as it should. And yes, the keyboard has the bindings as well, and you can change the key bindings on your keyboard if you feel like it to make it easier for yourself, but I just like using the tablet with just predefined whatever bindings you need. So let's just pull it out of harbor and town, and then I will cut to the next one, to the next part, arriving to the steel mill, because I don't think there's another upwards battle other than this part. Well, this is also an upwards battle, but well, maybe here. I will cut to the hard stuffs. Stuff. Now we're in 39, going up. And of course, this is going to be tough. It's going to ask a lot of power. But for now, it doesn't care even. Oh, we're slowly slowing down. Let's give it a little bit more power. And we're slowing down still until 27. 26. And we're staying steady at 26, and we're not overheating, I'm guessing. Oh, far from overheating. We're steady at 25 for now still. And we're still moving and grooving. And we're slowly speeding. No, we're not speeding up. Next one is a 40 with a Y split. So we're nearly up. The slug is pulling us up. Yes, we're losing speed, but not too much. Are we heating up? No, we're not. Come on, push. You can do it. got the power to do it. I know that. Now she's overheating. Well, not overheating, but heating up. Eh. No need to care. Yeah, I know. It'll fix itself. Don't worry about it. And now we're speeding up. Now there was no way that DE2 was going to do that all by itself. Better yet, it would not even get to the speed that it was doing before. Yes, it looks a little bit awkward. But who cares? It works. Now here's the next uphill battle. We're speeding up already. The hotness is already off. Has already worn off. The traction motors have cooled down. And we're speeding up already. This slug is pulling it along very nicely. Alright, as we're leaving the tunnel, I turned down the power on the D2 because we're drinking through our fuel and oil. She's thirsty, even more thirsty than an Irish guy in a bar. So yeah, I'll see you down near the steel mill. Well, at least we're out of the fog already. And we're going into a sunrise or a sunset. There. Need to keep an eye on the fuel because she's thirsty, really thirsty. Need to make sure that I'm not running out. We still have a long ways to go. And a short amount of fuel to get there. We can take the throttle off now because the weight is going to be pulling. We're speeding up. Yeah, on the grading, which is good. This would be a place for our loco to rest a little bit, but we're just letting her idle because she doesn't need to rest. Because she didn't work that hard. But what we do need is fuel. Fuel's one of the big one of the big downsides of this. Fuel economy. There's zero fuel economy with this one. But hey, we're pulling a weight with this DE2 that it shouldn't be able to do. 348 tons. And when we get there, in the steel mill, I hope we still have enough fuel left to push it into the shop so that we can at least fuel her up and get her fixed. Well, not fixed, but to get her going again. I will put the DE6 Slug in a little shop that we used at the beginning of the series. The tutorial hut, how I like to call it, where we did our tutorial. I'll just drop it there. But for now, I will see you in a long time when we're going into a steel mill. Alright, we're slowly turning towards this steel mill. As you can see here, we're nearly there. Just one more switch that I need to set even. I turn that off as we are still in a downhill part. And I don't want to overdo it. And there's a lot of weight pushing. But it's an 80, so no need to worry. But still, I need to set the switch. I would love to do this one day, like just actually sit on top of a train and just with the wind in your hair and just letting it roll. And alright, time for some train brake a little bit. This is going a bit nuts. Going to keep it down near the 50. Now there is the sign for the switch. Switch you over back to this one. And then we're going back to the train brake. Now we wanted to go into A6 inbound. So I'm guessing the A yard is the one straight ahead. This one, steel mill, A yard. That's the B yard. So, and this is A. Alright, well then we're pulling straight through the B yard. Or line for the middle. Yeah. We are aligned for the middle, and I think we have more than enough fuel to get through this for now, so just push in. With the slug in the front. And then we're going to have it in the back when we're going to put the cars in its location. But having the slug here really definitely helped us a lot. Even though we did use a lot of fuel. Take the throttle off and just let it go. So we need to put it under there, I'm guessing. That's 7L, 6 inbound, yeah. It's under there. The first one you see. That's 7L. And there's going into 6. I should go to this end. There. It's more useful, currently. For me. I just wait it out. Put on the train brake. All the way. And the reverser goes forward. Frame brake goes off. Throttle goes halfway. And a little bit more, all the way. There we go. Push this one. Take you, take you, take you. Turn that off. Go and claim the job to be done. There we go. 33 minutes out of 46. So we made a little bit extra money, 15 grand. Good. Now first, I am going to put this one in its new resting spot. In its sleepy place, where it's going to be resting for the foreseeable future, because I'm probably not going to use it very often. And maybe I will, I don't know. I'll summon it when I need it. There we go. This is my garage. It has 2 places. There we go. We're all the way in. Handbrake on. There's nothing I can do here. MU off. You. Close you. Drop the air. Forward, and let's go. Because we're almost broke. We're almost out of fuel. And that will make us broke. Now, to make sure that we're not actually going to hit it again, just gonna do that. Just making sure. So as we are cruising into the shop to get fuel and all the other amenities that we need, oh, there's a DM3. Just gonna do it like that. You get electrical powertrain, mechanical powertrain, the wheels, oil, which is crap load, sand, And a crap load of diesel. Dang, these diesel prices are no joke. It's almost as bad as the real world. There we go. Totally paid. Now let's go back into here. And let's see. And that's it for today. They tried to rip me off. They actually did. And now here I am. In front of the station office. We had a slug there. We have a DE2 there. A DM3 here. Even. Along with a DE2. DE2, yeah. So I think maybe this one will be next. Or we will go somewhere else. I don't know yet. Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and all the fun things. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Good.